Hey there YouTube, this is Rujuta from Keep Calm and Read All, and welcome to my channel Keep Calm and Read All. Today we're going to talk about Men Without Women by Haruki Murakami. Now before we begin, I just want to say that I'm a huge Murakami fan. Kafka on the Shore was one of the first books that I read, and I absolutely loved that book. In fact, it's still on top on one of my lists for like the best read ever. Uh, in fact, I think the only book that tops it would probably be Harry Potter and Pride and Prejudice. But yeah, Kafka on the Shore definitely one of my go-to books of all times. Uh, I always like look forward to anything that comes out from Murakami. I mean, he is an amazing writer, and therefore I was looking forward to Men Without Women. Now this is a compilation of stories which Murakami has written and published over the years. It's been compiled into this one volume. In fact, one of the stories, Sherazadi, was published in the New Yorker. Please do check it out. It's actually a very fantastic read. Uh, then Murakami is usually a very good read. Now, there were some of the stories in here which I absolutely loved. For example, Kino, I think, was the best story of this volume, but then that's just my opinion. You can judge it for yourself, and I would definitely recommend you to try reading this book. I loved Kino. In fact, it is the one story that has actually um, got together the entire the entire quintessential characteristics of Murakami's style of writing: the unusual, the uncanny, the idea of alienation, the idea of loneliness, cats, music, bars, all of those elements that make Murakami the writer that he is. A work which can be called a quintessential Murakami. Kino, I think, is the one that embodies all of that, and I would really like you to read that and have that same feeling of unease that I had when I read this volume or this story. The other stories that I liked in this volume were Yesterday and The Independent Organ, also Men Without Women, the one that this book is basically named after, and it's actually a very interesting read as well. It's a nice way to round off the entire collection of stories. Men Without Women is the last one, and that's probably the only spoiler that I'm going to give you in this video. So yeah, most of the stories are basically talking about the various degrees of loneliness, especially the idea of male loneliness, the idea of alienation, the idea of being alone in love, which I think Murakami deals with very brilliantly. The idea of being alone when you are or you want to be in a relationship, that idea of expectation, that idea of wanting the other person to love you back as much as you do them, that I think has been treated very well over the course of various stories. I think the only story that I did not particularly like was Samza in Love. In fact, it's actually a very good reimagining. Murakami is actually talking about Kafka and the story of metamorphosis over here. In fact, when you read the first line, you will get the metamorphosis reference immediately. So, as in fact, you will with the title as well. But I think while the idea was ingenuous, the work itself, maybe I think it could have been dealt with a little bit. The sexual overtones are way implicit over here, bordering on the obscene, I guess. But that I think is probably a very minor complaint because Murakami's style of writing, which is very lucid, which is very clear, and it conveys the sense of uncanniness in everyday life so well that maybe you might overlook the fact that sometimes the content can be a little too in your face. Sometimes the content would want to, back off a little bit, take a break before you can dive in. Sometimes you feel that because Murakami is intense, he doesn't leave anything to your imagination. So yeah, so much of the stories, other than Samza in Love, have that same thread running. Sherazadi, I think, which comes close to that idea of like sexual explicitness. But most of the stories actually convey that idea of alienation very well, the idea of alienation which lurks right behind the surface, and the unease that comes to it has been dealt with really well in this compilation of stories. In fact, that is the thread that runs through the the various stories that have been there in this book. So I would definitely recommend you, or I would definitely like you to read this book, and I would like you to tell me if you like this book down in the comments below. And yeah, if you haven't read Murakami yet, this might not be the first book to start with. You can start with Kafka on the Shore. You can also start with Norwegian Wood or A Wild Sheep Chase and then build your way there. Also, I would definitely recommend you to read 1Q84, which I think is something, it's the pinnacle of Murakami's words, it's the pinnacle of his achievements. So I would definitely want you to try reading that. So yeah, my rating of this would probably be around 3.8 out of 5, probably because some of the stories I did not find as interesting as the other stories, but overall I am really looking forward to what he does next, because he shows that level of consistency in the way he portrays his characters, the way he portrays these urban sense of alienation, the urban day-to-day life, and the idea of Japanese culture as seen through his eyes really well. So yeah, so that is my review of Men Without Women by Haruki Murakami. Please do give it a try and let me know. And that's all for tonight. So thanks for watching. And if you like my channel, please subscribe to it as well. So thank you so much and see ya.